Hey guys, if you read the title, yes, today's my birthday. On the 4th of July! Woo! And yes, you read the title right. I'm going to explain my time in Japan. Let me start by explaining.
Oh my god, you went to Japan? How was it? Are you Japanese?
Wait, Al, how did you...
Ooh, John, did you play any arcade games? Did you eat any sushi?
Guys, let me explain what I mean by... Okay, it looks like I'm gonna have to explain this slowly. So, yeah, I've been to Japan, but only because of my dad. You see, my family and I are actually from the Philippines.
Wait, you're Filipino? Why the frick didn't you say so before?
Ooh, and speaking of fish in the sea, did you catch any babes there?
Guys, can you please let me Will you let me fucking finish? Thank you. Yes, I'm Filipino, and yes, I've been to the Philippines, but that's a story for another time. For now, it's all about Japan. Alright, so... my parents were in the Navy, and my dad was stationed at Okinawa, Japan. My big brother was born there. Okay, before you scream if I was born in Japan also. No, I wasn't. And here's why. A few years after my brother was born, my dad was stationed to Florida. However, shortly after, the news broadcast station warned about an incoming hurricane, so we had to move back to Japan. And then a few years later, my little sister was born, so, yeah, I was the only child born in America and not in Japan. So anyway, about my time in Japan, I actually spent it in an American-based school. Yeah. Can you believe it? I'm in Japan, spending time in an American school. It's pretty weird, but that's what you get for having a Navy dad. So anyway, crap, I don't remember how my school days went. Now how am I going to tell my story? Think, John, think. Hold on, I think I know what might help. Okay, where was that book I made? Get the fuck off! Okay now. Come on. Aha! Here it is! My autobiography for my 12th grade English project. This contains everything about me, and now we're about to go deep into this. Here we go. So, I was a very quiet and shy kid there. I didn't willingly talk to anyone back then, always by my lonesome self. This kind of personality led me to a lot of trouble, and I have a few stories about that. We have recess, right? Every elementary school has recess. And I was on a swing. There was a kid staring at me, which I assumed that he was waiting for me to be done on the swing. He didn't say anything, but he looked so goddamn impatient. This made me very uncomfortable, so I was forced to get off. That was very rude of him, if you ask me. Also, there was this one time where I was riding a tricycle, and there was a teacher aggressively telling me to get off the trike. I didn't understand why she was mad because I was a slow-minded kid, so I didn't do anything. And you know what she did? She started counting backwards, starting with 3. I started pedaling backwards as a response, not knowing what was going on. And then, I don't remember what happened after that. She probably went to get a coffee break or something because she was probably stressed out. Okay, so one time, me and my class went out to somewhere that I don't remember. And we would always form a line, following a leading student. And there was this girl, let's call her Jen. Knowing that I'm supposed to follow everyone along, instinctively I followed her closely. Not in a creepy way, I was a kid back then. However, as soon as I did, she pushed me to the ground and ran away. I was like, what? And then I immediately started crying. Like, girl, we're in the same class, what the fuck would you push me? And then a few days later, when we were eating lunch together, Jen started being nice to me, being all giggly and stuff. I was shocked at this. Truly I was. However, being prickly about being pushed, I gave her a, "Are you fucking serious?" look. Like, seriously, who the hell pushes me and then acts all nice and stuff? I always draw because, you know. Here's the thing though, I would draw everywhere. And I mean, literally everywhere. I would always draw on my dad's printing papers, on a children's book. Hell, I would even draw on a drawer. Seeing this, my dad bought me a colorful drawing pad, and I would always bring it to school every day, drawing on it. I wish I still had it though. And that's about it in this autobiography. At the age of 6, I think, my family and I moved to the US because my dad got stationed there, and we basically lived there for the rest of our lives. Oh, you guys were expecting Japanese-related stuff, such as what kind of home I lived in, the shows I've watched in Japan, the kind of food I eat, the games I've played there, etc., etc. Well, there is none. According to my mom, we live in the American-style home. I only watched Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon on TV. No anime. Well, except for Pokemon, but only in English. I ate pizza. Cheese pizza only. Because I was a picky kid back then. And no Japanese games. Well, unless you count Super Smash Bros. And Super Mario 64, which were in English by the way. So that's it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Special thanks to my buds Al, Spirit, and Chef for, somehow appearing in my video. I don't think I have anything else to say, so yeah, bye! What do you mean Bob let you cameo in this video? And what do you mean he made you get Oreos in exchange for a cameo? Those should be my Oreos. Go help yourself to some cake. I'm gonna go give Bob his birthday present.